Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.
Hey, fine folks, this is Freedom Fighter, and today is Wednesday, November the 13th, 2024. This is Wiley's Wisdom Wealth Management Call, and I'm your host, Freedom Fighter. Folks, this call tonight is packed. I'm going to jump right into some quick announcements, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling because we have a lot of people, a lot of members with a lot of great information coming to you tonight from their experiences meeting with wealth managers at their bank appointments. All right. First, don't forget, Goldilocks QFS Dialogues Room is open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's where we are, myself, Wiley, not only sharing golden nuggets from Wiley every day and having fun, but that is the absolute room where we break down Goldilocks's articles that are brought forth by Goldilocks every day on the RV with all the real facts, no fiction, no foo-foo, receipts. Everything is there for you to see and vet for yourself. Then also, don't forget tomorrow, which is Thursday, the 14th, we have the Higher Learning Call with Anastasia and myself at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The topic is actually a surprise. You'll find out when you get there. But Anastasia is the one who introduced me to the RV back 12, 13 years ago. She is my spiritual angel, higher being, part human. Just amazing person. Then also, don't forget Dee's room, where Dee drops a ton of articles into her room every day related to the RV as well. And then the crypto finance room with Dave Bigdall. Also, anything related to cryptocurrency, that's the room. And then, of course, your daily podcast, Goldilocks Global Banking News, where literally, not figuratively speaking, literally thousands and thousands of people from around the world are tuning in, and hundreds of countries are subscribed to the channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Folks, tonight's call, there are several members that we're going to share. They're going to share their information with you. But just so that you know, some of you may not be aware that Wiley, actually his experience and knowledge of wealth building, wealth strategies, not only came from his own personal participation, but Wiley had a start on his wealth journey because Wiley exchanged during the Kuwaiti RV. There's not too many people you can communicate with, know, that is still around, that participated or exchanged at any RV. But this gentleman, not only did he exchange during the Kuwaiti RV, but a lot of the knowledge and the information that he shares in the room that is for you to learn about managing and growing your wealth. He has the relationships and he's done this himself. So when he drops the nuggets into the room, I encourage you to take advantage of the information, read it, pull it to the side, go back over it. It will benefit you in more ways than you can imagine if you take advantage of it now. Just begin to learn it and apply it once you have your wealth, and also while you're communicating with the wealth managers and the people that Wiley is sharing with you with the questions. You're going to hear from folks tonight that have taken the questions from Wiley, and large in part, besides the fact that they've taken upon themselves to put forth the effort and execute, it's because a lot is because of the questions that they got from Wiley, and they shared it with their wealth managers and began to establish those relationships. Myself, with my background in the international banking world, I've been able to as well share a lot of that information going back to the old room. I say OOLE, not OLD, the old room, where I began to train people as well to establish the relationships. Also, I know Wiley he's so humble, he may not want me to say this, but you all may not realize that many of the terms, many of the things you hear in DINAR land, when it comes to 800 numbers, when it comes to Reno and places that supposedly all these things are happening with the RV, Wiley was at the very beginning. Wiley was actually one of the very first people involved with building the DINAR land community from truth. And then Wiley went away when the community sort of took a turn. But now there is a brighter light shining on the community, and we're glad that Wiley has returned. Now, like I said, you're going to hear from some folks tonight that have taken the training that we've given them, the questions that Wiley shared. And you're going to hear from folks that have established relationships directly with bankers. You're not going to hear from one member, not two, not three, not four, not five, but actually 6 members. I guess maybe one of them can be considered a couple. Not maybe, but there's a couple, Zach and Amber. So maybe you can call it 5 folks, but it's 6 individuals that you're going to hear from that were at different stages. They're at different stages of their establishing those relationships with these actual bankers. And these relationship folks with these wealth managers, these are not just people that they're going to sit and meet with at the bank and twiddle their toes under a desk. These are the individuals that are going to exchange their currencies. And not only exchange their currencies, but these are individuals that they have established relationships with, whereby they will be able to build their wealth from the currencies they have exchanged. You hear all the time in DINAR land these rumors, and they actually tell you they're rumors about people meeting with banks and high-level sources, and the uncle's nephew's dog catcher met with somebody that talked to somebody at a bank. When you're going to be introduced to folks tonight, these are no rumors. These are the actual people, where those folks that you may have heard so-called bank stories once every 6-7 months, and you never hear from those people again because they didn't exist. These are individuals that you can come into the Goldilocks QFS dialogues room, and they will help you. They will share with you what they have done by following what Wiley and myself has been helping members in the room to learn, all capped off by the information that Goldilocks shares with us, and we package it all together and present it to any and every one of you. These actual people, and not only these members you're going to hear from tonight, but other members in the room who are on this journey will be more than willing to help you to establish relationships and achieve the success as well. We're going to hear from Lady Unique, who has a very unique story. Not only when she first went to, I believe it might have been her second meeting with her wealth manager, but then the fourth meeting on October the 22nd, she just so happened to take her currency with her. And the banker asked her if she had her currency, took her currency and authenticated it. And a meeting before that, they told Lady Unique that she was on their contact list for currency exchange. Tier 1 bank. Then you're going to hear from Peculiar Ram, who had her meeting today. Actually, Lady Unique had a meeting today as well. I think it might have been her fourth or fifth, actually her fifth meeting. Peculiar Ram had her first. Last week it was scheduled, but she had death in the family and she was sick. She had to reschedule for today. And oh man, she came into the room earlier talking about how amazing this meeting was. And when we share that information with you, you're going to be blown away as well. Then you're going to hear from PR. PR, just like Peculiar Ram is actually having lunch with her wealth manager, who's going to drive an hour and a half to meet with her. PR, who you're going to hear from, already had lunch with her wealth manager. And she has several private and other wealth managers and the wealth team that she's met with, whereby she has literally multiple sources with specialties to manage her wealth already in place. Then you're going to hear from Zach and Amber as well, who very, very early, they were told by the VP of a tier 1 bank that they heard from the higher ups that the RV, the DINAR revaluation is happening. And after 20 years, that VP thought it was a scam, but told them, nope, we got word, it's happening. Then, and that was before they established the relationship with their wealth manager. That was maybe 3 months ago. But last week, Tuesday, they met with the wealth manager. Now they're moving to the next level of preparing themselves for their exchange and their wealth. Then you will, last but not least, the amazing, wonderful, beautiful Brunette Grand, who has her team in place. She actually works in a bank, works for a bank. Folks, grab your pen, your piece of paper, have a seat, sit back, relax, enjoy what you're about to hear from these wonderful people with Wiley and myself. You ready to go, Wiley? I don't see you. There you go. You can unmute, my good man.
Hey, I'm ready to cook when you are.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Hey, real quick, if I can, on the Quiddy RV thing, that was a little different because the currency actually flipped. It was demonetized, got rid of, and a new currency came in. So it's a bit different than what we're doing here. But I want people to know that it wasn't a true RV like we're looking at some of the stuff here, just if I could clarify. Also, you did a great job. And you know me a little bit, so I want to put this out there. And I normally don't talk about this kind of stuff personally. You've seen the receipts of what I can do and where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell the audience. I
Absolutely.
don't tell them where I'm at, but you know
No,
that.
no, no. Yes.
If they stick to this plan, could they not be at the level I'm at, which is just shy of the level of people that I've talked about on my previous calls, that I rub
Oh,
elbows
absolutely.
with?
Oh, yeah, yes, yes, yes. 1,000%. And like you said, I've seen the receipts and have had communication with those individuals in those high places that are responsible for growing wealth beyond the average person. As a matter of fact, these individuals that you are connected to, that you folks you will not see or hear from in the street, on social media. They don't advertise. They don't promote. These are the folks that are of real wealth that operate in secrecy. And because of relationships, because of the relationship that Wiley has with these individuals, that is why they only will communicate with individuals like myself or someone that's not directly connected to them, because of their relationship with Wiley. I can liken it to, and this is actually what it is, an invitation only type of relationship. And Wiley, I absolutely have seen the receipts with
And
Wiley.
I just say that because I want to encourage people that you can be where I am. And further, if you just go build this relationship, wealth management is about relationships, growing them, growing out of them, growing into bigger relationships with the same people as they move through their career. You'd be surprised. These people all are connected. They're all in that
Absolutely.
same world. They talk the same language. You want to learn this language and move with them. You will be surprised. That's why we're trying to help so many here. I'm so excited about the people that we have on this call. We have our original OGs, PR and Brunette, that started this call, that started this kind of dialogue for everybody. And I'm so happy for the folks we have coming up here just real quick and what they've done and where they're at. And mind you, they were scared to get out of the shadow and go do this and nervous and drug it out. Outside of being sick and a few deaths in the family, but they mustered up that courage and they went and did it, and look where they are. And that's all it took, was getting out of that comfort zone, being uncomfortable, as you say, being uncomfortable, going doing this and getting over those butterflies and realize these people want to help you. That's what they're paid to do, and they work for you.
And what that reminds me of, as far as to sort of as far as receipt and confirmation, Wiley, you've mentioned on several of these calls that when people establish a relationship and they begin to build their wealth, or the wealth manager and the wealth advisory helps in building their wealth, that they will outgrow the wealth manager. You've mentioned that several times.
Yeah.
And then last week, and when Zach and Amber come on, they'll share it with you all. That's exactly what the wealth manager told Zach and Amber, is that they will outgrow him, the wealth manager. That's exactly what Wiley shared with us. And that's because of Wiley's experience, folks. Oftentimes, more oftentimes than not, when something is given for free and it's so accessible and readily available, people may not appreciate it. Folks, do not allow the accessible information and free information that Wiley is sharing to have you in a situation where you don't appreciate it. Because once it's gone, once the exchange, once the RV happens, this room will be closed. you won't have access to it anymore. Take advantage of it while it's here and while Wiley is sharing it. All right. Oh man! And who you ready for next? You ready for Lady Unique?
Oh, absolutely. These two gals
Oh.
couldn't be better, and just I'm so proud of both of them actually. But yeah, let's bring Lady Unique on and see if she's got another date with her.
Right, Lady Unique, so unique. How you doing, young lady?
Well, good evening, everybody. And Peculiar Ram, you go. That is awesome. I am so happy and proud for you. Girl, I will get emotional. Girl, you do that. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, girl. Awesome. Awesome. Drop the mic for her.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
And Peculiar Ram, I know Lady Unique was another inspiration for you as well, along with Brunette Grant and Zach Amber and PR. And
Yes, Lady Unique is goals. I'll be watching her.
No.
I'll be watching you, sis.
We got to help each other. I mean,
That's right.
It's Uncle Wiley and Freedom Fighter's fault. So, okay.
All right, y'all.
All right, later, girl.
All right.
Good evening, everybody.
Hey, how are you, Lady Unique?
I'm pretty good because a couple other things happened since I updated you all later on this afternoon. But yeah.
Yeah, because you had your appointment. I don't know if it's your 5th appointment today. Was it your 5th?
No, wait. That was a phone call. My meeting that I had yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
The one yesterday was actually initially after I had met with my senior banker, and as I had shared before, and then this next meeting with the wealth management. Well, actually, I wound up meeting with the assistant vice president for wealth advisory for the wealth management company that is part or partnered with my bank. And so when I got there to meet with them, my senior banker was there, and we talked briefly, just casually. And then let me back up. And prior to me going to that meeting, the manager, she called me to say she was expecting to meet me that yesterday afternoon and looking forward to having our conversation. So that felt good that I got that call, but I did not realize till I got there that I was meeting with the assistant vice president of financial wealth advisory. She answered all my questions before I could ask. So at first I'm like, wow, okay. And come to find out, as we after she presented the services that they provide, she talked about the fiduciary services and how they operate, and they only going to operate in our best interest, partnering with me. She shared with me about how they assist in investment selections. They want to advise on how I would, move forward with investments and work with me. And they have a team that specializes just in that. So they have a collaboration of specialized talent to assist their clients. She spoke to me. I didn't realize this till it kind of made sense along the way, but I will be honest with you. I was really amazed. She was prepared to talk to me, and I thought I was prepared to talk to her. But like I said, they answered all the questions before I could ask, and come to find out, actually, she was sharing that, as I said before on that meeting that I had after that meeting with my senior banker, they sent me that survey asking me questions and, to further find out where I'm at, evidently. So she had it was either given to her, she had access to it. Anyway, they had all the information of what I had shared on that survey, my goals, my plans, things that I want to accomplish, the leadership that I'm looking for in a professional business, professionals to assist me, all that the important verbiage you want to use because it's fact, you know. And she acknowledged it all and told me that they have a wealth management team for me already put in place. They have a team profile, and once my assets are valued, it'll be based on that value, on how I want to work with them. She told me that she was happy to meet with me, and as we were leaving, and we were shaking hands, of course, and her closing statements was, she's glad to have me and was impressed with meeting me, and that I could have direct. She gave me her card, of course, and the wealth management team, they're reviewing a profile. I guess she had to do one after meeting with me, and she said I have direct contact with her until my next meeting, which should be in about a week, with that entire team. Then what happened later on this afternoon, and again, not too long before this call, my senior banker called me back and and verified with me. She said that they were uh, they were impressed with my goals. They were glad to have that relationship and keep building that relationship. They want to see the prosperity. And she called to follow up with me, and she shared with me that they had another meeting with the management team and the assistant VP to do a profile of and for me. So the profile is going to be the management team that is going to work with me based on what I've shared with it. And if I want to make any changes or whatever, it's not concrete. It's just to get me started once this validate my assets validate. And you'll like this, freedom fighter. The VP of my local branch. Now I have to go to two different places because the location where I go for my business, guys, they do foreign currency business. My local location does not. So I was sent to another location. Well, that VP, evidently he's staying in contact with them to make sure that everything goes okay with me, and has offered with them any assistance that he can help with me with them to let him know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I also want to let you guys know that I too have been looking at other wealth management teams. I've reached out, waiting to get responses back. So, I was really surprised because it took me a minute to get it together inside, because where I thought, like, okay, this is going to be this, and I'm going to make sure I say this, and okay, I want to make sure they answer this, and honestly, they answered all my questions before I could even ask them. And I guess it came from, like I said, my prior meeting, but they did she did allow me, and of course I was going to do it anyway, is reiterate the importance of things that I wish to accomplish. And then they asked me about investment goals. And I did mention a few investments that I'm looking into and some that I have. And like Twisted, and the ones that I mentioned to her, she said, oh, yes. Okay. Yes. So, we shall see. So I'm supposed to hear something by next week, where I will get to meet with the entire wealth management team.
You keep getting meetings, you're going to be talking to the CFO by Friday.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I do. What is so unique about Lady Unique is you went in, you took the initiative to go do this. They know you got foreign currency. They know where you're
Yep.
at, doing everything for you. And now I just want to remind you, you're the captain of this ship. So don't let them push you a direction you don't want to go. Stay the
Right,
captain, stay your course.
right. You're right.
And
I just want to
don't put
back
them
up on
in
that.
where they want to ask and let them guide and ask
Mm-hmm.
why.
Right. Here's the thing, like we said, they know the currency that I have. And
Exactly.
when they validated
Mm-hmm.
authenticated the ones that I showed them, I only showed them 3 of what I had. Okay. But they don't
Mm-hmm.
know how many of those I
Mm-hmm.
have. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So, uh,
They know you have
You
more
just
than
gave
what you
them a
show them.
taste of what
Yep.
Yes.
Lady
Right.
Unique got,
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
Lady Unique's holdings.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay.
She called them my assets.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm. They know
See,
you're invested. They know you got a little bit back behind and you were smart. You didn't bring everything. You just said, hey, here's some of my holdings. Yeah, here's some of my assets. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly. But
Mm.
I would, to be honest, Uncle Wally, I was prepared to go in and have this conversation, or with the wealth management questions, and this
Mm-hmm.
lady, I have to give it to her. She answered those questions in a presentation of telling me what their services are and what they do.
And
And
now you realize that.
I had my little cheat sheet with me, and my
Uh-huh.
little, like I had my little pen and papers out, and I could not take a note. All I could say was, "Mm-hmm, she answered that one. Oh, yeah, she answered that one."
And so
Uh-huh.
you realize, the questions I
Yeah.
gave are base questions. They're base questions to get you in that door. You
Mm-hmm.
realize you are 10, 12 steps ahead of that already?
Mm-hmm.
How far you've grown from where you would start with that? Man,
Oh,
they're moving with you. I mean, I'm telling you, they want you. They
Mm-hmm.
want you as a client, and they're going to see that you're a client.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've heard that more than once, more than
Mhm.
twice.
I love your story. It is very unique, just like you. I'm telling you, they are just. I mean, Freedom, are they rolling out the red carpet for this lady with the white gloves and all?
White gloves, carte blanche.
Oh,
They don't pull the dumpster from behind the building up to the front and just took all the wedding bands off and threw them in
well,
there and burned them.
if you guys
They
started
started
it.
yeah, they started a
Uh,
bonfire too
we're
with all them
going to
wedding
be
bands.
catering in lunches for her before we know it.
Right. And you know what,
Oh,
Wiley? Wiley, what I would like, because you mentioned something about them knowing she has currency,
Uh-huh.
and there are a lot of people that are new on this call, and a lot of new people that are going to be listening to this call on YouTube that had no idea who Lady Unique is, and that she had already been at a meeting with this bank, and they approached her saying, "Hey, we know you have currency, right, Lady Unique? I think that's, if I'm correct,
yes,
that was your
yes.
third meeting. If you could, I would like for you, for those who don't know, if you could give us, I'm a kind of set the table for you.
Mhm.
We know, Wiley knows, I know, for those that do know, in your last meeting on the 22nd, I believe it was,
Yep.
they authenticated your currency. What I would like for you to do is to paint the picture for the people listening. You're sitting there in the office. You have
Mhm.
your currency wherever you have your purse or your briefcase, wherever you have it. Can you share step by step from the time the lady asked you for your currency to the time she came back from authenticating your currency? Can you share that few moments with the audience?
Sure. Okay, first of all, I want to start with I did not leave to go to this appointment with my currency. Something told me just to go back in and take it just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So as we were in the meeting and talking about the plans, what I'm looking to do, things that I'd like to accomplish, and keeping that relationship with them, and that on that level. And as we were talking, she happened to mention to me, she says, "Well, do you have your currency with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay." So I did. And I took my currencies because I keep them in separate envelopes. And I took one currency from each envelope and handed it to her. And I also had a bond. She took my currencies to authenticate them,
Mm-hmm.
um, to make sure that they were real, because it and in conversation over the past, you know, in the past, and I've heard it, and I'm sure there people have had uh, counterfeit, or
Mm-hmm.
they weren't authenticated or real,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fake. Anyway, so she authenticated um, three of my currencies,
Mm-hmm.
and two of them, as she also shared with me, were in pending.
Mm-hmm.
In
Pending
her,
status.
yeah, pending status, and
Mm-hmm.
one of those was blank,
Mm-hmm.
which she did share with me.
Mm-hmm.
The bond she gave back to me, it was authenticated,
Mm-hmm.
validated. However, she told me to put it, she said it very nicely. She said, just put that away for right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they know that of what currencies I do have. And let me take that back. Let me correct myself. While I've told the story. Um, I had a total of, yeah, five currencies. Three were pending. That's right. If three were pending, the others were there, but they were the ones that was blank was most prevalent to me. That was like at the top
Mm-hmm.
of the list.
Mm-hmm.
But that bond, they told me to, she told me very nicely to put it aside. So they
Mm-hmm.
know what I have. They
Mm-hmm.
know what currencies I do have, and they do know that they are authentic, and they've already validated them as real
Mm-hmm.
currencies.
Mm-hmm. See, and they know you have more. What they did with you in your profile, because in this most recent meeting, they knew so much about you from the previous meetings because they had what's called, I'm gonna tell you, it's an internal communication within the banking system. They had a debriefing. It's called a debriefing.
Okay.
So they, the people that you met with before, they met and discussed with their colleagues about you. They shared their notes and they created this profile that you speak of to determine whether or not they consider you to be serious. Just it's no different than what happened with Procure Your RAM with the
Mhm.
assistant's VP's assistant that basically vetted Peculiar to see if she is serious. They did the same thing with you, but with you it's a little more detailed because they know what you have. They just don't know the quantity of currency, like you
Yeah.
stated, but they know that, like the saying goes, if there's smoke, there's fire. So they saw the smoke, which were those notes that you have. They know that there's a lot more that you have,
Mhm.
and they want your business.
Have they done a CIS or a KYC with you yet to get a little bit of background from you?
Well, I'll tell you this. I had to bring two forms of identification with me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have they
So that
done any risk aversion threshold paperwork or anything like that through any of the survey you kind of did to kind of so they could kind of gauge where you were at a bit, what you were thinking, or was just all verbal?
it was all verbal. I will back up. They did. I don't know if it's the same thing or not, but I share with you guys. Of course, I did the survey, and then they sent me an invite to be a member of the advisory. I have to pull it up again.
Panel.
Uh, panel. Yeah. And it was a little bit too detailed for me right now. And I did kind of touch on that. Maybe that'll be something later that, because once I understand everything, then maybe I will. But they did invite me to join that panel. And
They're trying to get
I'm not
they're trying
ready
to
yet.
give her, Wally, they're trying to get her a job. They're trying to position her into the rankings of the bank. They're like, hold up, we need her on the advisory panel. She's gonna be rich. We want her to work with us.
So when all the craziness happens from the unprepared people, they're going to send her down to the lobby and start telling people what.
Right.
Yeah, right.
And act fools, everybody.
And folks, if she actually, in confidence, Lady Unique shared with me this communication where it's directly from the bank inviting her to be a member of this advisory panel for the bank. See, they've done an extensive profile on her, Wiley, to where they want Lady Unique to be a part of their team. Not, I'm joking when I say job, folks, but they want her to have a relationship with her, also because they know Lady Unique. They know that you aren't alone. They know that you are definitely a part of a group. You're with other people who are also investors, and they want you to be an example to try to bring other people. Not to say that that's what you will do, but I know how they operate.
Okay. Yeah.
They're wanting you to be like a little bit of Moses, per se, and help people navigate their way into there, what they can expect in a, and here's the thing. They want a methodical, orderly, how do I put it? They want a plan for people, so it ain't a mad dash. Everybody's got their hair lit on fire and they're running in, and they don't know the first thing they need to do.
Right. Because they figure, Wiley, if someone like Lady Unique is so prepared, so professional, there must be others like her that she's connected to.
Mm-hmm. Or she's, like you said, they know she's in a group, or she's got friends, and those friends have friends that all talk, that are all a part of this, and that she could lead them that way and have it be orderly. And are they of her caliber? Because usually we tend to associate with people of our level.
That's right.
Yeah, well, like I said, I did bring that up in our meeting, and she understood. I just told her I'm not quite ready for that level yet, and she said, "Don't worry about it, but keep it in mind." I said,
Just
"No,
imagine. Just think about this: how you've gone in there prepared with the questions by Wiley and the training we've given you. You're going through these meetings. Your very first or second meeting, they tell you that you're on their contact list for exchange. Yeah. You end up going back to meet with the wealth manager, and they authenticate your currency, and now they want to invite you to be a part of their team.
Man, they were giving sweet nothings in her ear just 4 weeks ago.
I know. I'm like, and like you said, she's the most eligible bachelorette in Illinois. And now,
Freedom, the student has asked to become the teacher.
Yep.
The bank has recognized she got it together. She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's talking about. She came to us very eloquently, very professionally. She asked her questions. She knew what she wanted. She's laid out a plan. And they're like, we will do all that for you. Hey, come back next week. I want you to meet your advisory team.
I'm looking forward to that too.
So am I.
Yes, I am. I really am.
That's
but
awesome.
Again, I can't say it enough, and I'm not gonna never not say it, and I'll never deny it. I'm telling you, for anybody, all you guys that are listening, new folks been on, you know what we talking about. Anybody new? Wiley has been a huge help. Goldilocks, Rocks, and Freedom Fighter. The communication, they're making sure that you understand. They're making sure that we understand. No more of that excuse my French, guru fooverism. Um, no more of that. And like I've shared before, and this is for anybody that's new, and it's the truth. I stayed in the background with these guys for a while because I had been in all other kind of groups, and I got sick and tired of the problem in our 13 algorithms are all off. I just got tired of it. And I was in the I don't care no more, whatever's gonna
Oh,
happen, no.
the
But met these
HCL is
guys,
happening.
right?
Girl,
Met
yeah.
these guys. Oh man, I've graduated. Met these guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really got started. I mean, really, I already had a basic relationship, but as far as this business goes, this business here, guys, I got really rocking in September, and this is November.
Lady Unique, let me ask you this.
Yes.
Strip away everything. Strip away, you're on the other side of this. Strip away Freedom and Freedom Fighter, myself are no longer your training wheels. How do you feel? How do you feel about your future and your future wealth management for you and your family?
Oh, I feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing to be successful at that. And I have the peace of knowing that I understand what I'm talking about because the education that I've gotten has helped me get there. I've got a peace and a calmness and no more of that, no more of that. I can't even think of the word anymore. It's gone. That confidence in knowing that, hey, I can do this. Just take your time, and it's that first step in a new direction. And I'm grateful to Almighty God for pointing me in the direction of joining these guys. But I do feel a lot more confident in what I'm doing, and I have a peace that I've never felt in this whole journey. I just have a peace and a confidence.
You're like a little bottle rocket that we gave just enough information to light that spark to set you on your way.
That's right. That's all it took.
And you guys are so good at it. I mean, you're not boasting. You don't, like there's truth in your delivery. There's confidence in your delivery. And like I said, there's truth in it. It's you all are not you're not like pat me on the back. Look what I'm doing for y'all. Yeah, it's not. I don't get that. I don't think anybody can say they get that from you guys. Jokesters, yes, especially Freedom Fighter. But that's the level. That's the level of I guess keeping folks grounded. You got to be able to laugh. You got to be able to be happy. You can't drown in misery. You can't drown. Got to be happy.
I've had big deals. I'm talking big money deals blow up, and I'm out the money. You can either laugh or you can cry.
Yeah.
And you chalk it up as a learning lesson and you move on about those are mistakes I will never make again.
I have a saying that when you have a weakness or you have a setback, that's to help make you stronger the next time. Don't let it weigh you down. Let it build you up. You learn from that because if you don't make a mistake, you ain't going to learn nothing.
Yeah.
That's right.
And God gives you what you need when you need it, not when we want it.
That's true.
Amen. True that. So let me start singing church songs up in here.
That's the call after this one.
Right.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate
You're welcome.
it. Thank you.
For coming on. We know you weren't
beloved.
playing. Thank you for carving out some time for everybody tonight.
My
I love her Freedom Fighter. I love the unique story. I remember when she came to us. I remember how she stumbled. I remember how she was scared. And look at her now.
Look at her now.
Different lady.
Yep.
Different lady than just 2 months ago.
It's amazing. In 2 months to go from
I don't know what's going on. I don't have a comfort level. I can't do this. I'm
from that to excuse me, ma'am. Do you happen to have your currency on you? Let us authenticate
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you like to join our advisory board and help us out?
Right. Oh man. See, and folks, you listening to this, you listen to her story, you listen to Peculiar Ram's story. These are folks that you all can do the same thing. They were exactly where you all are. Well, not you all, but some of you are.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Unique, to be able to go through, and like she's mentioned before, this wasn't overnight. This has been a process for her. But they know that she has this currency. So it's not as if she's going to meet with them and they don't have a plan. Also, when I think about her investment goals, another reason why they take her so serious is one, she's prepared, and two, her investment goals. I guarantee when they asked her about her investment goals, she knew it right away. She articulated herself and she had a plan. And they take people serious who has a plan. So these questions that Wiley is sharing, don't just get the questions and say, okay, I'm just going to send them the questions and see how they answer and think that's going to be it. No, you have to internalize the information in those questions, because I already know it's just nature for some people to get the questions and think it's going to be cookie cutter, send them, and then all of a sudden you got a wealth management team that's going to do your exchange. Nope, it doesn't work like that. You have got to internalize this information and learn some things like Lady Unique did, like Peculiar Ram, Brunette Grand, Zach and Amber and PR, and the rest of so many people in our room, like Glass Half Full and others who have. You got to really, really learn this information. It's not hard. It doesn't take long. It just takes a little bit of your time. That's it. All right.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Freedom Fighter. Thank you for tuning into our channel, Goldilocks Global Banking News. Everybody knows that Goldilocks is the #1 source for the RVGCR. People from around the world tune in to see what Goldilocks is sharing on the RVGCR. Don't miss your chance and get your latest updates every day. So like, share, and subscribe to this channel to get your daily podcast from the Goldilocks articles on the RVGCR. Brought to you by Freedom Fighter.